Oh shit, are we starting? Are we starting? I've been waiting. Oh fuck. Okay, stop some gotchas. What? Is this a trailer? New expansion? Or is this episode 16? No. This is episode 14, so it gotta be. Okay, that's Warrior of Light? Or Darkness? Is he an Ashen? Or is he a Black Mage? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. What the fuck? He has a hood? What is this?
The final days were upon us. The fabric of the star had begun to fray, its lands rent by tooth and claw.
Okay, up and on. Or, I mean, the sister? Shit. Fuck. The ass? Okay. Okay. Is he a paladin? Wait. What are those? Are those machinists? Oh, yeah, okay, that's.
Are you alright?
Okay. What the fuck? Is that a new class? What is that? Those like some funnels from Gundam. What the? Whoa. Oh, no, that's Red Mage. What the fuck? I don't play Red Mage, so I don't quite remember. Oh, there's a guy, the fucking. The brother of Tsukuyomi. Shit. What the fuck is going on? Okay, Xenos. He's a paladin now? Okay. So what's up with the hood? And Walker. Okay. Well, yeah, that's soon, yeah. I mean, you know. Okay, and Walker. Okay. He's a paladin? I mean, damn. I really thought he was gonna be like a black mage or something. What the fuck is up with the hood? We don't know yet. You know, they're gonna do those, you know, small cutscene, then you know, extended, the full trailer. It's the same shit as Shadowbringer. That was cool. You know, I was waiting for this. No comment. Fucking Yoshi P.
Bonjour à tous et enchanté, je suis Naoki Yoshida, producteur et réalisateur du Final Fantasy XIV. Guten Tag zusammen, ich bin Naoki Yoshida, Producer und Director von Final Fantasy XIV.
Is he speaking other languages too? Okay, that's dope. Okay, back to Japanese. We don't have a subtitle, so do we? No, we don't. Of course, this is live, so. Oh shit.
じゃあ早速新情報発表会、お届けしようと思うんですが、グローバル対応なので僕一人ではとてもじゃないけどさばききれないので、今日僕のね心強いトランスレーター呼びたいと思います。マイケル・クリストファー・コージ・フォックスです。
Koji, give us a subtitle. I mean, you're the translator, so.
コージよろしくね。
Hello everyone, on behalf of our producer and director Naoki Yoshida, I'd like to welcome you all to the announcement showcase for everyone here and watching around the world. My name is Michael Christopher Koji Fox, and today I will be Yoshi P's English voice.
ありがとうありがとう。さすが英語上手だね。
And Walker.
Pretty good at English.
What's the new class? I wanna know.
I can't see.
ありがとうございます。
I wanna know.
Yes, thank you very much.
まあ例年だと、まあ、今回の新情報発表会っていうのでわざわざやるのはやっぱりこう世界中でどうしてもね広がってしまっている新型コロナウイルス、の対応ということでなかなかファイナルファンタジー14ファンフェスティバル必ず大規模に世界中でやってるんですけど、まあそれができてない。
So usually around this time of the year, or even earlier, we would be holding a Final Fantasy fan festival to announce our new expansion. But because of the pandemic, that is limited us.
世界中の医療関係者の方が我々の生活のために戦ってくれている中、まあ、やっぱりどうしてもこう僕らもね世界に打って出て、まあ、アナウンスするというのが難しい状況の中で今回は日本で映画館を借りてですね皆さんに「ファイナルファンタジー14」の最新情報これからの未来をお届けしていこうと思います。
Because there are people around the world putting their most to fight this pandemic and make sure that it doesn't spread any further, we've decided to hold this announcement showcase here in a theater in Japan to do our part.
まあパッチ5.2から5.3の間に約2ヶ月半から3ヶ月スケジュールのね開発もやっぱり止まってしまうっていう状況があってどうしても今日発表させていただいた次なるファイナルファンタジー14の拡張エンドウォーカーっていうのもやっぱりちょっと時期がずれていってしまってます。
As you remember, back around right around the development between patch 5.2 and 5.3, because of the pandemic, we had to slow down our development for about 2.5 to 3 months, and because of that, that has affected the release date of Endwalker.
ですので今日はですね、ファンフェス
Understandable.
基調講演1回目プラスアルファぐらいで、聞いていただければこの先ねデジタルファンフェスもあります、今回とそのデジタルファンフェスと2回に分けてこの最新拡張エンドウォーカー行月のフィナーレのお話をしていこうと思います。
So today we'd like you to treat this announcement showcase as our first big fan festival, like the keynote announcement that we have at our first fan festival. And then of course, later in the year we're going to have our digital fan festival, and there we'll be releasing even more information.
はい、というわけで今日は簡単に、新情報をお
So
届
you're
け
gonna
し
have
て
like a second part or
Right,
something.
and so today we're going to try to tell you as much as we can.
I mean, what can you tell us anyway? What can you tell us?
ご覧いただきました。まだまだティザートレーラーではありますが、世界のね週末を思わせるような、惨状が
Man, fucking paladins, man. They're gonna be like. I mean, I use paladin. I don't main it, but okay. I do like paladin though. I mean, they already got warrior of light, you know, and then shadow, fucking, shit, Shadowbringer guy. What the fuck is that class? Gunbreaker, or no. I meant the other class. Fucking hell! I played the game. How the fuck do I not know this? 6.0. Okay. Dude, he reminds me of someone. I don't know who. The way his armor looks is like from someone else that I've seen. I don't know.
そういえば当時ファイナルファンタジー14 1.0からねずっとスタッフとして参加してくれてるよね。
Right, yeah, I've been around since 1.0.
今日実際この放送を見てくださってる方にも多分ね1.0から
Really funny. No comment.
Today as well that have been around since 1.0.
コメントを見るといるのかな。おすごいたくさんいらっしゃいますね。ありがとうございます。このアートワークですね、実は 1.0 の時に似たような構図のアートワークがございます。若き日のね、光の戦士なのかな。
If you recall, there is a similar type of artwork that we had back from 1.0, back when the Warrior of Light was a lot younger, but doing a similar type of pose.
はい、ぜひね、ちょっと見比べていただくと
Yeah, was there a Rogadin on 1.0?
照らし合わせてみたので
Was being a paladin or some shit?
をね
Huh.
見ていただけれ
I
ば
don't remember.
We'd like players to take a look at this and remember back to that 1.0 Warrior of Light and see how he has moved forward and see how he has developed over the years.
まあ僕もね年取りましたね
Yeah, we've also come along in years as well.
というわけで今回、このなんだろうプロモーションでね頑張っているこう光の戦士今回は主役ナイトジョブに、ジョブチェンジして活躍してくれそうです
And so as you can see here, our Warrior of Light, he will be fighting this expansion as a paladin.
さてでは早速中身について触れていこうと思うんですがこういうタイミングいつも僕ストーリーのお話からするんですけど
Okay, so now we want to get into a little bit more of the content of Endwalker. And usually at this point in the keynote, we'll start talking about the story.
さっきねトレーラーの中に気になるシーンがあったと思うので最初はこちらの情報から今回いこうかなと思います
But as you saw in the trailer, there is something that was very important, and we want to touch upon that before we get into the story.
New job. Here we go.
今回のですね新たなジョブを、複数まあ2つなんですけど
Blue Mage, level 80. Let's go. No, 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 fuck that.
So for Endwalker, we are planning the release of multiple jobs, 2 new jobs.
2 new jobs. Okay, reasonable.
思い出すとですねファンフェスでこうジョブを発表していった時にですね
It's always been 2 jobs every expansion besides Heaven's Ward, because there was 3 in Heaven's Ward.
方から言われまして
But
The past fan festival, when we announced the new jobs, we had a lot of feedback from players all around the world saying that we didn't have enough healers and we needed more.
oh, oh my God, healers! Jesus Christ, 1 healer, 1 DPS. Now?
ジョブのロールを、お伝えしてしまおうと思います
So before we get into which new jobs we're going to be releasing, we want to tell you at least which roles those 2 jobs will be.
はい、もちろん一つは、世界中からご要望いただいたヒーラーを新たなジョブとして、一つ実装させていただき
Yeah, but even my static was saying the same thing. It's gonna be a healer. We just don't know what it is, but expect to be disappointment.
Healer.
Well,
And the second will be
I try to be not to be hopeful, expecting too much. So, you know, it's gonna be good no matter what, but some people it's just not gonna be, you know, like too like a little too happy. I mean, everyone's happy, but you know, just you can't satisfy them is what I'm saying.
What people have been speculating the new job to be, and the guesses have been kind of off for the most part.
結構ね、コメントでも近接命令 DPS ってことは力士だろ待ってたみたいなことはあるんですね。力士ではございません。
So yeah, we're not talking about any sumo wrestlers for that melee DPS. It'll be something different.
今回トレーラーに登場して
It's gonna be a caster DPS probably.
まさに新ジョブへとジョブチェンジ
Who the fuck knows? I don't even know.
So, as you saw in the trailer, it is Alfino that has changed into that new job specific to Endor.
Oh, that is a caster. That looks like a caster.
そうするジョブのうち一つヒーラーの新ジョブについて
Or is that a healer? That's the new healer.
So
No?
today, at this announcement showcase, we'll be revealing one of the 2 new jobs, and that will be the healer job.
では早速ではありますがその新ヒーラージョブの、動画をご用意してありますのでご覧いただきましょう
And so, rather than explaining it, we'd first like you to show you a video of that healer job in action. Here we go.
Alright, let's go. Holy fuck, it looks like a Gundam. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Okay, it looks like a stone skin. Okay, okay. So is that the weapon? It looks like the weapon. Sage. Okay.
今回ですね、行月のフィナーレ、新勝負第1弾は
Interesting. I mean, I don't main healer, so I don't know about healer mains. So
So the first new job for Endwalker is Sage, sporting a unique ether-imbued weapon.
ちょっとね、CG でもご紹介して、アートと CG でご紹介していこうと思い
We have some CG and some art that we'd like to show you.
ます。まあ、かっこいいですね。14オリジナルの武器を操ることになります。
So, as you can see, the weapon that the main arm that the Sage will be using is a Final Fantasy XIV original.
まあ、アルフィノがどのようにこの新ジョブにね、
yeah, he has those funnels that looks like from Gundam. That's why I said Gundam. So
ご覧いただければと思います。
So, why did
Okay.
happen to take up this new profession? You'll have to play through the main story of 6.0 to find them.
of course,
賢者
of
の
course.
特徴を簡単にではありますがご紹介していこうと思います。
So now we'd like to give you a simple rundown of how the job actually works.
まず賢者の特徴、まあ一つ目、まあヒーラー、先ほどねお伝えしましたロールはヒーラーとなります。
So as we mentioned before, the role is going to be a healer.
白魔同士、学者、それから先生術師に続く第4のヒーラーとして、今回賢者が追加となります。
And so Sage will be our fourth healer behind White Mage, Scholar, and Astrologian.
そしてですね、武器は剣具という14オリジナルになりますね、武器を使います。
As you mentioned before, the main arm for the Sage is going to be a Final Fantasy XIV original called the Newliths.
まあ、魔力でこれを操作する。
Okay, so that's the.
後ろにある4つの。
I mean, I still call them funnels, but you know.
なっていくというふうに
And so this weapon is controlled by the ether, by the magic that the player has. And as you see, those four items back there, that is the weapon. The visuals of those will change depending on what type of weapons.
そしてですね、当然クラスの方は、ございません。ジョブからいきなりスタートとなります。
And as has been the case recently, there is no required class, and you will start directly from the Sage job.
初期レベルに関しては、70から予定しております。
And the starting level is planned to be 7.
I mean, if we're on 80, we're gonna be 90, right? That's just how the game works. Every expansion. So it's gonna be 70 because when it was Heaven's Ward, it was 50 to 60, and then you got. Well, no, because you got the other classes from 30. But I don't know. I don't remember. I know samurais from Stormbloods were like 50 or 60. I don't quite remember.
簡単にご紹介していこうと思います。
So let's take a look at the battle style of the Sage.
今回実装となる賢者セージはバリアヒーラーという役割になって。
I mean, because you know, like don't they got like shields like Scholar, and then White Mage is just pure healing. So how is this? Is this like both of them or something? How does it work? I don't know healer, so I mean I use healer just for dungeons. I don't know how they do in raids endgame, so I can't do that. So I don't know.
Okay, so as you know, we have our White Mage, which can be considered a pure healer, and then we have our Scholar, which is more of a barrier healer. And so if this time the Sage is also going to be a barrier healer, then what's going to happen with Astrologian?
ヒーラーはですね、今回、
Oh yeah, there's Astrologian. I forgot about that class. The Yu-Gi-Oh.
明確に区分したバランスで取っていこうと思っていて、
I'm not gonna lie though, when I get balanced as a DPS, it feels nice.
詳しくどう変わっていくのかお伝えしようと思ってますが、ロールとしてはヒーラーの中でもピュアヒーラーとバリアヒーラーが分かれていくというふうに思ってください。
So, starting in 6.0, we are planning to make a clearer distinction between pure healers and barrier healers. We want to have 2 pure healers and 2 barrier healers. And so, with 6.0, we plan on performing some and some retooling of the astrologian job to make the astrologian job a more pure healer.
もちろんですね、レイファインダーとかのマッチングもちゃんとピュアヒーラーとバリアヒーラーでマッチングするように、そちらにも手を加えていくつもりです。
And this will extend to our matching in the raid finders to make a distinction between barrier healers and pure healers.
すごい勢いで。
You see the comments are going so quickly.
早すぎてわからない。
It's going too fast. We can't tell what's going on.
はい。そしてですね、武器に関しては魔法によって剣具という武器を操って
Heals and protects the party with barriers. Okay. Isn't that what scholars do already?
And as we mentioned before, the sage will use ether to manipulate their weapon, the Nulis, in combat, whether that be for healing, whether that be for attacking, whether that be for putting up barriers.
それからですね、まあこれファイナルファンタジー14は各ジョブでゲーム体験を変えていくっていうところをコンセプトにしてるんですけど、賢者の場合は
Use ether to manipulate the nulets in combat. Okay. So he's not holding them; they're just flying around him. Okay, that looks cool.
The other jobs to give a different kind of experience for each job. We're trying something here with the sage where they're able to temporarily augment their own magic abilities to make them more powerful.
まあその攻防一体というところもあったりして、いろいろまたこれまでのヒーラーとは全然異なる体験をお届けしようと思ってますので、ぜひ楽しみにお待ちいただければと思います。
We believe the experience that we will be providing with the stage will be completely unique and a lot of fun. Please look forward to it.
そしてですね、ジョブクエスト、この賢者になるためのジョブクエストに関してはリムサムミンサから開始予定です。ですので、今月のフィナーレ、エンドウォーカーがリリースされてすぐ、ジョブクエストを開放して、新しいジョブでね、冒険を進めていくことも可能になります。
And so this job quest for the sage will be offered in Limsa Lominsa. So if you want to play the new 6.8
Limsa?
scenario,
Okay.
I
go to Limsa.
We'll be able to do that.
I mean, that's where my grand company is. So.
コメントをね、ちょっと拝見していると、なんかね、ガンダムとか、ファンデルっていう。
Gun? Did I hear Gundam?
So you're looking at the comments, you see lots of things that are mentioning kind of Gundam.
That's what I said! It gives us the vibe. Oh my god.
No comment.
That's it, it's a funnel. It's the funnels behind the Gundam.
ではですね、これらを踏まえて、ちょっとイメージついたと思うので、それを踏まえてですね、もう一回動画をご覧いただこうかなと思っております。
Alright, so with all of this in mind, let's have one more look at what the sage can do in that showcase video again. Play the video.
What? Able to temporarily augment their own magic abilities. Job goes up to start Luminsa. Okay. Oh, we can watch it again. Okay. Gundam. Okay.
さあ、というわけで、動画をご覧いただきました。
Right, and so that was the job showcase video.
まあなんかちょっとおしゃれでスタイリッシュ。
Did he just show that so he could change his shirt or something?
Wait.
You were hot.
Uh-huh. And anything else?
And
Something else?
no comment.
No comment.
No comment. That's what this previous shirt says. Now it says neighborhood.
新しい情報ね、賢者。ぜひご期
What?
待して。
Fury, I'll be here if you need me.
TPS に関して
Okay.
はまた、次のですねデジタルファンフェスティバルの方でお届けしていこうかなと思っております。なんかコメントがねすごいザワザワしてるんですよね。
So, we'd like you to please look forward to this new stage job. Concerning the second job that we have planned for release in Endwalker, we will be revealing that in May at the Digital Fan Festival.
ダークナイトって書いてあって。
Yeah, Dark Knight. There you go.
Don't
The
forget
Dark
the
Knight.
second job is Dark Knight.
意外とあれです
You already
なぜか急にネクロマンサーとか言ってる声。
Necromancer.
さて何だろう。
Give me an idea. What is this? Elder Scrolls? What the fuck?
まあそういうわけでさらなる進展に関してはまた後日お届けしてい
We will have more information on the new job at a later date.
ます。もうなんかネクロマンサーか力士かって書いてあって力士は忘れてほしい。
Yeah, please. Yeah, it's not going to be
はい。
at wrestling. No.
さあ
It's a secret for now.
じゃあセクションを進めていこうと思います。
All right.
続いては、ストーリーにちょっと触れていこうかなと思っております。
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the story in Endwalker.
Okay. Endwalker, where are we going? Are we going to another planet or something? Another world, I
To
mean?
start, I'd like to draw your attention to our title.
Or are we gonna go to fucking Xeno's area, whatever that cloudy place is? The Garland Empire.
行月のフィナーレ。
Translate this is the Dawn Moon finale.
Okay. Final end.
エン
Okay.
フィナーレ。
Final end finale. I sense a pattern.
意地でも終わるのかって。
It's gonna end.
このキーワードが示すのはメインストーリーの大きなサーガとして約10年にわたって、お届けしてきたハイデリン・ゾディアーク編と呼ばれているサーガが今回、この 6.0 行月のフィナーレで完結を迎えます。
So final end and finale. These are all keywords that allude to the ending of this 10-year saga of Hydaelyn and Zodiac.
こちらですね、
Okay.
914から続けてきて、僕が担当になってですね、2013年に R エブリボン、リリースさせていただきました。
So if you look back at my history with Final Fantasy XIV, it all began in 2013 with A Realm Reborn.
こちら神聖の朝。
So you look at this as a new morning.
そして拡張パッケージ第1弾。
Sunrise over, cold blue sky.
蒼天の昼だな。
And so then we move on to our first large expansion, Heaven's Word, which represented that clear blue sky that you have at midday.
Mm-hmm.
そして2つ目の
It's all about snow. Everyone's going crazy with that housing.
冒険広がりました。
Coming soon. Crimson Twilight. Hey!
Headed east.
That was my first fan fest, so.
グレンの日暮れ。
And in Stormblood, we came upon a crimson twilight.
そして、
Okay.
非常にご好評の声をいただいた、前回の拡張パッケージ、シャドウブリンガーズ、漆黒の夜となっております。
And then finally, our most recent expansion that was praised around the world by fans. We have Shadowbringers and the Black.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
そして今回、次なる拡張
A new dawn.
エンドウォーカーによって、惑星ハイデリン、星の、命を巡る物語というのがちょうど綺麗に一周するところで、ハイデリンゾディアーク編が
I'm out of drink.
させていくつもりです。
And with Endwalker, we've come full circle in the tale of life and Hydaelyn.
さて、これまでの拡張パッケージ、ちょっと注意していただきたいんですけど、例えばですが、前回のシャドウブリンガーズ、今パッチ 5.4 まで来てますが、5.0 単体でももちろんエンドロールっていうのもありますが、漆黒のヴィランズの物語がきれいに最終的に完結するのはパッチ 5.3 でした。
So normally with our expansions, as you know, we don't end the story at that first expansion. While in 5.0, for example, we did get that end credits at the end of 5.0, the story wasn't actually finished until 5.3.
Yeah.
今回は
That's when the Warrior of Light or Trial Boss, whatever his name is.
However, with Endwalker in 6.0, we plan on having the story complete itself by the end of the actual expansion 6.0.
ただですね、ちょっと
Okay.
コメントもすごいザーザーしてるんですけど、これでですね、もちろんファイナルファンタジー14が終わってしまうわけではございません。
But of course, this does not mean that we are shutting down Final Fantasy XIV and ending the game at this point.
パッチ
Of course.
6.1からは
So money, grabber. Sure, it makes a lot of money. That's those subs.
At 6.1, this will mark the beginning of an entirely new adventure separate from the Zodiac Hydaelyn saga.
そしてですね、同時にですね、あれ、吉田やめんのかなみたいなコメントが。
So they're heading to a different, like, probably story. They're gonna change it or something.
私はやめません。
I mean,
そのまま
they're gonna finish it, so.
ライフワークなので、お前もういいよと社長からですね、言われるまではライフワークのようにファイナルファンタジー14続けていきますので、ぜひですね、まあもちろん 6.0 楽しみに遊んでいただきたいんですけど、その先もですね、まあ死ぬまで頑張ろうかなと思っているので、ぜひこれからもですね、14ともどもですね、僕もよろしくお願いします。
But I want to assure everyone that I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving the project. I look at Final Fantasy XIV as my life work, or at least until the president tells me to stop. For me, yes, 6.0 will be ending the story, but from 6.1 on, we have an even greater story, and I personally feel that I'm probably going to end up being with Final Fantasy XIV for my whole life.
はい、時々ね、
Okay.
それやめんじゃないのみたいなの出るんですけど、やめるときはちゃんと言いますし、
Everyone loves Yoshi P.
大丈夫です。はい。
Every now and then I do hear a lot of rumors about people thinking that I might quit and leave the project. If I will leave the project, I will make sure I let you all know. But for now, I feel that this is my life work and I have no plans on leaving.
結構厳しいですね、皆さんね。死ぬまで続けろって書いてある。
People are telling me that I should continue this even after I die. Never mind, sir? Never mind?
あ、俺ね。
Even after I die. He's so stupid.
あー、なるほどね。はい、頑張っていきます、これからも。
Alright, I'll do my best.
なので、決断心配なくですね、このハイデリン・ゾディアークという物語のクライマックスをですね、僕ら全力で皆さんに、お届けしていこうと思うので、それをぜひ味わっていただきたいです。
Again, please do not worry. We're working very hard on the 6.0 story, and we believe it's something very exciting, and hope you look forward to it. And we're working on stuff after that as well.
じゃあ、ストーリーの前段をちょっとまとめてみましょう。
So let's take a look at the actual content of this story.
第一世界、
All in all, even great adventures of Battle Warrior Light. Where the final brother essentially their needs, the guard of my secrets of hiding certain secret mysteries to the on a journey to the moon, a long way to conclusion. Tales of gods of light and dark. Okay.
So,
Yeah, he went to the moon. Wasn't there an Ashen who was there before? The guy in the white robe or something.
Diverted the destruction of the star.
Yeah, that one I don't get. I mean, of course we're not gonna find out.
These calamitous events
Yet.
that gave birth to Zodiac and Hydaelyn.
まあ、ゾディアーク、そしてハイデリンとは今どうなっているのかとかね、全ての謎を解き明かすため、プレイヤーの皆さん、光の戦士はついに惑星ハイデリンを離れ、月へと向かっていただくことになります。
So, what is going on with Zodiac and what is going on with Hydaelyn? How does their story end? We'll learn all about that, as well as depart from Hydaelyn and move to the moon.
多くのですね、人から受け取った思いを受け継いで、光の戦士はハイデリン・ゾディアーク編最後の謎に挑んでいきます。
People across Hydaelyn are putting all of their hopes and dreams into the Warrior of Light to save them from this, and so this will be a journey that will take the Warrior of Light there to find out what's going on and to save them.
テレポしたら、なんとたったの999ギルって書いてあって月まで。
Someone's commenting that for the low price of 999 gil, you can teleport to the moon.
いや、わかんない。ねえ、9万ギル。
I swear, like their teleporting system is crazy. It's basically 1,000 gil. Like if you teleport to the farthest one all the time. If it's close, it'll just be a few gil. But I got my ways around it. I got discount. I got tickets that just eliminates all the fee. So, yeah.
週末というのはそもそもなぜ起きたのか。
So why? What brought about the final days?
ハイデリンとゾディアークと呼ばれている存在は今どうなっているのか。
Yeah, what is to be found on the moon? Like what?
そしてガレマール帝国というもともとね非常に強い軍事力でエオルゼアを支配していたガレマール帝国はどうなるのか。
And of course, you have the Garlean Empire, once a very, very powerful force across the whole realm. What has happened to them? What is their fate?
そして活動し始めたゼノスとアシェン・ファダニエルの目的は何なのか。
And what are Xenos and the Ashians found Daniel's
Right?
aim? What is their plot?
そしてですね、月行くのはいいけど、そもそも空気とかね、あるのみたいな。何があるの？
And so all know we're going to the moon, but how are we going to get there? Is there any air on the moon to breathe? What is on the moon? What type of monster?
はい、これらを、僕ら全力で皆さんに全てきれいに、ストンとですね、解き明かされていくように全力でお届けしようと思います。
The dev team is currently working very hard on this story to make something very exciting and to give you all the information you need and answer all of those lingering questions.
もちろんね、その時光の戦士がどうなっていくのか、それから暁の決命のメンバーがどうなっていくのか、それからですね、
Did I hear Akatsuki?
たちから託された思いというのはどうなるのか、それらはぜひ皆さんの目でお確かめください。
So all of these questions will be answered, not just the fate of the Warrior of Light, but also the fate of the Scions, and we'll find what is the dying wish of the ancients. All this and more we'll find out in Endwar's main scenario.
ね、月行ったらね、エヴァンゲリオン。
Did he say Ed Morris or something?
We're gonna find Evangelion in the moon up there.
さあ、ちょっと、トレーラーの方が、ね、
Evangelion. Shinji, get on the chopper! I mean, get on the fucking robot. Fuck.
アルフィノが着ている衣装が、新庄賢者の女専用装備のアルフィノバージョン。
Okay. And so first up, we have Alfino.
Alfino! Alfino! Yeah!
In the trailer, is
You changed class from what? Summoner, was it? Or a scholar, I think?
そして双子の妹アリゼですね。
And then next up, we have his twin sister, Alize.
Alize! I don't like you at all, but whatever.
And as you can see, she is still fighting as Red Mage. No job change for her.
Okay. She doesn't get the, the treatment, this expansion. What I want to know is my Stola, man. Where's she? What's she going for now? What is she going? She job changing again or what?
And you may be surprised to see who she gets it from and how.
What?
そして続いてはですね、アシエンファナ。
Yeah, that was the guy from one of the recent story. He's the new Ashen, and then he took over this guy's body, the guy who died. Shit, I forgot his name. I don't even know his sister name. All I know is his sister is the Tsukuyomi girl, who became, well, Tsukuyomi in the trial. And then this is the brother. Yeah. He's not technically the brother, but he's just taking his form. Fan Daniel. Okay. I mean, it looks like him. I'm assuming it's him. Got the, was it a red robe or something? It wasn't the end of the story just recently with the update. Like where he summoned a dragon or something and then threatened people, they just want to talk. Something like that.
Spoilers, so we're going to stop right here.
はい、そしてトレーラーもう一人出てましたね。
Right, and last but not least, we have
Zeno, you should have died in Stormblood. Why are you still alive? Are you getting controlled by an Ashen or something, or what? I swear I don't pay attention to the story here. Not much. I mean, sometimes when they got voice acting, I don't skip that. But
singular purpose. His one purpose in life is to battle his friend and enemy, the Warrior of Light.
いやいや、もちろんね、皆さんが彼のことを友達だと思ってないというのは僕もよく知ってます。
And we understand that not a lot of you think of him as a friend.
ただですね、彼の友情は一方的に非常に強いので、もうちょっと諦めてください。
But he most certainly feels that way about you. You are his friend.
まあどうやらね、なんかまだ若干コスチューム違う気もしますが、さてどうなっていくのか。
And it does look like he has a change of wardrobe as well, but to find out any more, we'll have to play Eddie.
さあ、両月のフィナーレではですね、もっとたくさんのキャラクター登場してですね、ある意味ハイデリンゾディアク編、皆さんが10年以上にわたって、冒険してきた、一旦の総決算になる予定なので、どんなキャラクターが入り乱れてくるのか、ぜひ。
I still want to know why he switched shirt. Is this some kind of like a silhouette, you know, like are they saying something but in a form of a shirt, you know?
まあストーリーについてはね、全ての謎を解き明かしていくので、ちょっとこれ以上はネタバレが多すぎるので、ここまでにさせていただきますが。
So there are a lot more mysteries regarding the game's story, but it's so hard to talk about it further without revealing any spoilers. So.
まあ漆黒のヴィランズでもね、驚いていただいたように、ファイナルファンタジー14開発チームがね、そんな単純な話で終わるかというのだけ、なんとなく思っておいてもらえれば、びっくりしてもらえる仕掛け、たくさん用意していきたいと思います。
And as was the case with Shadowbringers, this story is not going to be a simple one. It's going to be a very complex and intricate story that will sure to bring lots of surprises and excitement.
はい、では、続いて 6.0 エンドウォーカー全体像についてちょっとお伝えしていこうと思います。
Okay, now that we've talked a little bit about the story, let's get into some of the content that will make it into the game.
さあ、まず最初のセクションこちらです。
So we're going to start with
レベルキャップが開放となり
We all know this.
こちらですね。レベル80
Are those concept arts? They look cool. Looks like a samurai, looks like a white mage, looks like a dark knight, looks like a black mage. Is that a cat? What is that?
soon almost be 100, very close.
随分頑張って続けてきたね。
It's been a long, long road.
はい、そして、拡張パッケージといえば新しいフィールドの追加です。今回も過去の拡張と同じ規模で、フィールドの追加を
I see some comments. They say, "No way, no way!" Like, I know they're just trolling, but they just
as we have had in our previous expansions.
massive new areas. Okay.
現段階でお見せできるアートワークとスクリーンショットで一部だけ、今日はちょっと一部になっちゃいますがご紹介していこうと思います。
Looks
So
cool.
today we can't show much, but we do have a few screenshots and pieces of artwork to show you of some of the new areas.
まずはですね、ショータウン
So we're starting off with one of our smaller towns.
ご紹介したいと思います。こちら。
This is it.
Okay.
どこだこれ。
I mean, it's beautiful,
こちらの名前は
but it gives me that vibe of Rajasthan. Rajasthan. Rajahan. Okay, that's a new city. It gives me that vibe of Yulmore. You know, it's just like a big tower, like kind of castle-looking thing.
There's a screenshot of maybe the entrance, the main entrance gate.
Okay.
ラザハンはプレイヤーの皆さんになんだろう、14って拡張するとこう大タウンと小タウンっていうのがあって、漆黒のヴィランズだと、まあ、ユールモアに該当する場所だと思ってください。クリスタルユーじゃなくて。
So with each expansion, we usually release two towns, one smaller town and one larger town. This is going to be the smaller town for 6.0, kind of on the same scale as Yulmore from 5.0.
Mm-hmm.
じゃあ 6.0
There's gonna be the new I forgot Ravana. I mean, no.
The large town is
The new Idleshire, you know, Yulmore, where people chill when there's nothing else to do.
So let's go inside the town. Take a look.
Inside? Okay.
エテラと回ってますね。
There's the ether right there.
今までのファイナルファンタジー14のまた文化圏にないところへ、行っていただくことになるかな。
The design here has a cultural flair that's a little bit different from anything that we've seen in Final Fantasy XIV Open Tournament.
でこれどこなんだっていうとですね、こちらをご覧いただければなんですけど、ファイナルファンタジー14のシナリオにこれまで、
Gives me a little bit of that Alamigo vibe, mixed with Stormblood a little
So where
bit.
exactly is Razahani?
I don't know. I don't know where this is at.
A lot of players that have been playing 14 for a long time will know, have heard the term Thavnair, the region of Thavnair, as it has appeared a lot since back in the early days of Final Fantasy XIV.
踊り子のね、ジョブの発祥の地でもありますね。
If you remember the dancer, most of the original dancer outfits and fashion comes from the island of Thavnair.
Tavnar, Tavnarian. Oh god. It gives me that vibe, the way they're clothing.
And so, one of our new areas is going to be that complete island of Thavnair, along with the town of Razahani inside.
Okay. But where is this located at though? Is it in you know, is it in
The whole area has a
Gaia or something?
feel to it that is a
I mean,
2-6.
shit. Is it where yours is? You know, is it there? And then on the east side is where Stormblood is. Oh, is this Xeno's area or the Garland Empire?
This place is completely different from Razahani.
こちら新しいフィールドの名前はですね。
Name this
Oh, the Garland mod. Oh shit, they're going there. I mean, they did say they're gonna end the whole story with between, you know, Heidelin and Zodiac. So they gotta reveal this. They gotta, yeah. This is what I've been waiting for too. Like, what the fuck do they look like? They're, you know, the whole city, their whole area. Because you know, ever since Stormblood, they showed them, but they were all like in clouds.
こんな国だったのかなと思いきや、ボロボロになってますね。
So we always thought of the Garlean Empire as a majestic place, but if you look at it here, it's pretty run down. I wonder what happened to it.
まあ一体ね、どういう経緯でこうなっているのか、それから光の戦士
Experiments,
どういう経緯で
maybe?
ここを訪れることになるのか、
I don't know.
いっぱいあります。
So how did this area turn this way, and why does the Warrior of Light have to go there, and what would he or she find there?
ここでもね、非常に大きなドラマが光の戦士皆さんを待ち受けています。
There's a very deep and intricate story that is related to this area.
まあ行くときはですね、ぜひ心して、向かっていただきたいと思います。
So get ready for your journey there.
はい。そしてですね、まあ新しいフィールドがあると当然新しい出会いっていうのも、出てきます。
And of course, what would new areas be without new tribes?
Oh, tribe. Oh, new tribes, of course. I thought it was trial. Give me a boss or something. Give me something to fight. You know, show me something. Show me one at least. I don't care about tribes. Shit. I mean, they're cool. They're like extra side quests, repeatable. You know, to level up, to craft. So.
Like he's the best, the leader.
The Namazu.
He's the hero.
今回、まあちょっと一部になりますが、新たな獣人、名前はマタンガ。
Matanga.
その中でもアルカソーダラ族という、
Okay.
種族が登場していきます。
So our new tribe that you will be meeting are the Matanga, and it's the Arkasodra tribe.
これ、すでにね、出会ってる人は出会ってるんですよ。
Some people may recognize this.
アジムステップでですね、非常に敵対してくるオグハントのモンスターがいたりするんですけど、その中でも友好的なのが、アルカソーダラ族で、先ほど紹介したサベネア島で出会いが待っていると思います。
So in the Azim step, especially those players that participate in combat, have maybe
Damn, they're big as fuck.
encountered these
Elephants.
beings before. However, the ones that you will be meeting,
Mastodon.
6.0,
Tyrannosaurus. Saber-tooth tiger.
a little bit more
Something,
those
something. Shit.
from the Arkasodra tribe.
Mastodon. That gave me that vibe. Oh, Jesus.
出てると思います。その地域に足を踏み入れる。
Mastodon.
また力士。
Players may recognize some of the elephant-like designs from some of the trade routes that they've gone on in the past, we finally go into that area and see the inspiration for that type of statue.
まあ獣人は他にもいるんですけど、もうちょっと、公開お待ちいただきたいと思ってます。ただまあね、好きですしね。
We have many more tribes to introduce, but we can't introduce them today. Those will be saved for a later day. But thinking about it, you will be going to the moon, so
ファイナルファンタジーで月か。
going to Final Fantasy,
Moon.
going to the moon. What could be on the moon?
というわけでそのうち。
What is there? Fuck, I don't know.
That's enough. We'll talk about it.
はい、当然ですね。まあいい出会いも
New
ある
threats.
いい出会いもございます。
Give me a trial. Give me a boss, please. Who's the
The
raid?
next expansion, there will be threats to deal with.
夜道では会いたくありませんが、まあこんなやつとの出会いが。
Anima? Okay.
And this is one of the things that we'll be waiting for.
Is it a trial?
ファイナルファンタジー10が好きだというか。
Anima from FF10? Oh shit.
So if there are fans of Final Fantasy X out there, they might recognize this creature.
アニマと
アニマ
いう
Yeah.
と出会うことになりそうです。
His name is Anima.
で、まあ今回ですね、ファイナルファンタジー10
I mean, you know, like they got that on FF, you know, BE, you know, Brave Exvius. They got that as a summon too, so I kind of assumed it, you know, like they're gonna have him as a trial here, because he goes from everywhere.
And so
Yojimbo
the
too.
original designer of Anima, the art designer of Anima in Final Fantasy X is actually a member of the art team on Final Fantasy XIV and recreated the design for Anima to fit the Final Fantasy XIV.
Okay, so they already had him in the first place.
もちろん、パス
Okay.
診断所も登場してまいります。
Oh shit.
And like our past expansions, we'll be adding a lot of new dungeons.
こちらもですね、スクリーンショット、それからアートワーク等々ちょっと見てみましょうか。
Right? And we have some screenshots and art we'd like to show you.
まあ、ここはアートになっちゃいますけど、
That's mostly art today, I guess.
もうなんか、早くも世界終わりそうな感じになってますね。
Look at this, it looks like we're getting close to the end of the world.
なんか、このようなものも立ってますし、遺跡らしきものも見えますね。
Ruins and large statues.
なんとなくサベネアっぽい感じ。
Lots of trees, forests.
It looks
Okay.
a little bit like Thavnair.
It's like
but a lot
some
different.
Aztec,
Just-
you know, Aztec.
そして
Gives me that vibe. Damn, okay, this looks cool.
This is another dungeon.
What is Void Walker? I mean, the fuck is that 24-man trial or alliance?
Biological horror-like.
I don't even remember.
We have this as well.
今度は列車なのか
Sort of like a train, possibly.
まあ皆さんを待ち受ける今回 6.0 のダンジョン、基本的にはメインシナリオで言っていただくことになりますが、ファンタジー要素、それからまあ古い遺跡、それから、現代を思わせる場所、いろんな要素が、皆さんを待ち構えています。
And so, as usually is the case with our dungeons that we add, we'll be visiting most of them during the main scenario. But this time we have a wide variety of dungeons, some that are very high fantasy, some that have maybe ancient ruins, as well as some that have very modern feel.
変化に富んだダンジョンをいろいろ現在ね、ものすごい勢いで制作中なので、ぜひ楽しみにお待ちください。
We're currently in the process of creating all of these new exciting dungeons, and we hope you look forward to them.
それではさらにバトルコンテンツちょっと続けていこうと思うんですが、まあ皆さんが、楽しみにしている大きな要素の一つかと思います。こちら。
Okay, now we're going to talk about another one of our battle contents.
Okay, where are we going?
希望そのエ
Where we
デ
going?
というシリーズが、パッチ5.4で無事に完結して、我々がチーム新しい高難易度レイドの8人レイドの開発に取り組んでます。
And so, with the story of Eden finally concluded, we've been hard at work preparing a new 8-person raid.
こちらイメージイラストをご用意しております。
It's too early to give details, but we have some art to show you.
The La Habrea?
見たことある人かな。
No, it doesn't look like him.
That kind of looks familiar. Seen him somewhere before.
What is it?
マーク。 なんかどっかで
I mean, the mask
Yeah, this is more
looks like him, but I don't know what the red part.
ラハブ
Yeah, La Habrea. Okay. The mask is his, is La Habrea. It's just those signs in front of him.
パンデモニウム
パンデモニウム
というシリーズでお届けしていきます。
Okay.
Okay, the title will be Pandemonium.
So are these like the new raids? They're all gonna be Ashen or
これは
something?
ですね、どんな場所で、行われるのかというのはちょっと伏せていきます。かなり特殊かなと思ってます。
So we cannot talk about where this raid will take place. It's going to be very, very unique to Final Fantasy XIV.
まあ、今回ね、6.0 でハイデリング・ゾディアーク編というのをきれいに一旦完結させますので、まあ、それも含めてですね、世界の、まあ、残された謎にまた、挑んでいくという形で、完全14オリジナルのレイドとして、お届けしていき
Yeah, I
ます。
swear, like he returns so many times. Or
With that story that we're
Jesus,
creating,
he's
the
like-
Hyrule Saga, we
who is he?
want
Like
this
some
story
Orochimaru from Naruto. Like he just keeps coming back.
the story of Pandemonium.
はい、もちろん高難レイドはね、高難易度だけではなく、アライアンスレイドも、
Alliance raid?
シリーズをお届けしていこうと思います。
Okay.
And of course, it's not going to only we're not only going to be releasing
Okay.
high-end raids, but a new alliance raid as well.
今進行中のヨルハ、ダークアポカリプス、ディアシリーズとのクロスオーバーで進めています。まあこちらもね、パッチ5.5また楽しみにしていただければと思うんですが、我々開発チームさらにその次の、企画をスタートしてます。
So we're currently approaching the end of the Yorha Dark Apocalypse alliance raid, which will complete in 5.5. But in the background, we're also working on a new alliance raid.
でこちらどんな内容なのかは次のデジタルファンフェスでお伝えしようと思ってるんですが、今回は14オリジナルのストーリー展開でお届けしますが、エオロゼアにある古くからある大きな謎を扱っていくので、まあ14との中、サーガ完結1個目のサーガね完結に向けて
Because I saw someone says Kingdom Hearts.
それもぜひ楽しみにしてください。
So we plan to release more info on this new alliance raid at our digital fan festival.
Okay. So it's all gonna be. They're gonna unveil a lot on the next FanFest Digital. Then, of course, they're not gonna show everything here. That's understandable.
For a long time.
結構ね謎の存在がねまだ残ってるんですよね。
Yeah, there's still a lot of questions that haven't been answered for a long time. So.
ヒルディブランドかって言ってる
The
から結構
Hildebrand? Hildebrand alliance raid?
はい、ではさらに続けていきましょう。
Right, let's continue on.
今回我々、6.X シリーズに向けてですね、
Yeah, this MMO is not heavy towards PvP, but they kind of have to have PvP, you know.
New PvP
But
content.
it's not that popular. There's a lot of this. I see it as this game as more of a casual game. Like a lot of people want to do PvE a lot. There's a lot of people do PvE, you know, like raids and everything. But PvP, it never lives up to the expectation. So they have to make it alive somehow. But it's as a person who plays the game since since the game came out till now, I rarely touch PvP. I think last time I touched it was fucking when they had the what the fuck was it? Those horse mounts, Gary. Shit, I forgot. It's from Garo. There you go. Yeah, that was the last time I touched that shit.
Easier than before. And
I didn't even finish it. I only got one mount. That's it.
でリワードに関しても、報酬に関しても、単純なギアとか、ギアとかももちろんありますけど、それ以外に全く新しい報酬カテゴリーというのを用意して、いろんな人に楽しんでもらえるように、鋭意ね、企画の方を進めてるので、こちらも続報にぜひご注目いただければと思います。
And we're also working on a new type of reward system for this new PvP as well that doesn't focus solely on gear. Of course, there'll be gear, but we want to have a new category of reward as well to, again, open this up to a lot of new players.
They want people to get into the PvP, of course, as usual.
Okay, in addition to battle content, we also have a lot of other content as well.
じゃあサクサクいきましょう。
Let's take a look.
まず新たなサイドクエストもたくさん、拡張といえば実
Of
装されていき
course.
ます。
Crafters, gatherers. I mean, I have most of my crafters leveled, but I never really touched them. I only use them for repairing inside a dungeon.
And with 5.0 and Shadowbringers, we introduced a new system, a new type of quest called role quests. We plan on continuing those in 6.0.
でただちょっと
Okay.
漆黒のヴィランズと一部変更させていただいてます。
We're going to be making one slight change to that system.
これまではタンク、ヒーラー、近接 DPS、遠隔 DPS という4つのロールに分けてロールクエストを展開してました。
So up until now, there were originally 4 categories that we split these role quests into: tank, healer, melee DPS, and ranged DPS.
さすがにちょっとざっくりしすぎてたなという反省からですね、タンク、ヒーラー、近接物理 DPS、遠隔物理 DPS、魔法 DPS というふうにロールを1個追加して、クエストをご用意しようと思ってます。
We're going to now be expanding that from 4 different types to 5 different types, making it tank, healer, melee physical DPS, ranged physical DPS, and magic DPS.
まあその分ね、お話と条件にちゃんとフォーカスしやすくなるので、クオリティ高いものをお届けしていこうと思ってます。
And this will allow us to focus more directly on each type of role and make a deeper story.
もちろんギャザラクラフターの皆さんに向けた5.0でいう民高原館のような一つの場所によってみんなでいろんなロールのクエストをやっていくっていうところももちろん用意してます。
And then there's also plenty of role quests that are planned for crafters and gatherers as well, such as those offered in 5.0's The Crystalline Mean.
まあ名前言いたいですけど、大体の名前言ってないんでまだ言えないですね。
I want to tell you more about it, but because we haven't talked about the large town yet, I can't say it.
はい、もちろん多数のね新装備、
New gear
ギア、用意されてます。
And of course, there won't be just role quests for crafters, but also we've developed plenty of new craftable gear as well.
それから続いてフェイスシステムにも、アップデートがあります。
Alright, next is an update to our trust system.
今月のフィナーレに向けてフェイスの NPC が追加となります。
We will be adding a special someone to join you as companion.
まあきっとね楽しみにしてる人いると思うんだよ
A lot of you have been waiting for this guy.
な。この方、
This Xenian! Oh my god, everyone loves this guy.
And this is who it is.
新たにですね、エスティニアンが竜騎士として参加することになります。近接 DPS としてね、参加するので、暁の決命、近接 DPS 足りない問題というのもこれで解決するかなと思います。
Yeah, Estinian is, what, since fucking Heaven's Ward, Nidhogg.
This will hopefully help alleviate that.
I've always wanted to try Dragoon. I mean, I had it leveled. Never touch it again. I don't know.
こういった経緯で暁、彼ね結構一人で動くの好きですから、暁と行動を共にするようになるかというのは近日リリースされるパッチ 5.5 と、それからそのあたりからのねメインストーリーの流れをぜひ注目していてください。
But again, why would a lone wolf like Estinian join this group of the Scions? You have to wait and find out, but information is coming if you play 5.5.
裏切りそうっていう YouTube が
He won't betray us. He won't betray us.
ファイナルファンタジーシリーズの竜騎士って結構裏切るからね。
Dragons in Final Fantasy usually betray.
No, they always die in game.
He's betrayed once, he won't do it again.
フェイスという
Because the jumps.
活用は、これに、キャラクターの追加にとどまらず、一応今実は計画していることあるんですけど、まだ今ちょっと計画中なので、今日具体的にお知らせするのが難しいです。
And of course, we have further plans for the trust system, not only just adding new characters, but also making adjustments to that system as well. But we cannot talk about them yet today because it's still a little bit too early.
はい、キャラを追加するだけじゃなくて、フェイスを利用してこんなことさらにできるよみたいなところっていうのは、今後の PLL とかでも、進捗があり次第お伝えさせていただこうと思ってます。
Again, not just adding new characters, but also adding new types of activities, new types of duties for your companions to take part in. Again, we won't any more today about it, but we have exciting information coming up in future producer letter.
はい。そしてですね、続いてこちらゴールドソーサーにも新たなコンテンツを追加。
Gold saucer, yay! Dude, I rack up 8 mil MGP there. Like, what am I using them for? Give us something.
The current plan is to add something almost as big as the recent edition of Mahjong.
I don't even play Mahjong. Jesus. Nor that Vermilion minion thing.
Blitzball. 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 Blitzball.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
Fall
Fall
Guys
Guys.
今回のレイドで落ちたりしてるので、あとスノーボードね。
Snowboarding as well. Blitzball, snowboarding, Fall Guys.
やたら相撲って言ってる人いるのね、さっきからね。
Sumo, of course, sumo.
はい。ちょっとまだ詳細が言えない。ただ
Rip
大きな
Bladafell.
プレイヤーの皆さんのキャラクターを使って楽しんでいける、まあしかも誰でも楽しんでいけるような新しい、まあしかもねマルチプレイできるような、コンテンツを今計画してます。これももうちょっとしたら多分お伝えできると思うのでお伝えしていこうかなと思います。
We plan on it being, again, like you said, plan on it being very big, something for all players, multiplayer. But again, we can't talk too much about it now. Haven't enough to tell you, but we do have details coming in the future, so please look forward to it.
マージャンをね、丸ごと入れてしまうようなクレイジーな法定開発チームですから、まあ、何が来るのかいろいろ予想をしていただければと思います。
I mean, the team is crazy enough to put the full game of Mahjong into 14, so we know that something big is coming.
続いては新コンテンツになります。
All right,
Farming?
We're going to introduce a new piece of content that we've been working on.
さて何やらね、非常に楽しそうなイメージイラストがあります。
From the artwork, you can see that it looks pretty fun and relaxing.
こちらの、タイトルをですね、無人島開拓と今。
Okay.
So the title for this that we have now is The Island Sanctuary.
ファイナルファンタジー14の世界の中でスローライフを楽しんでいくという新しいコンテンツを今、開発進めております。
We're currently working on this content where Final Fantasy 14 players' adventurers can enjoy a bit of slow living.
ギャザラークラフターをプレイしていなくても楽しむことができます。
And again, this is not just something that is limited to crafters and gatherers. Anyone.
まあもちろんね、やってる人にも特典はあるんですけど、みんなプレイできる。
Of course, crafters and gatherers will be able to do different types of things here, but of course, this is something for everyone.
まあ例えばですけど、動物の飼育をしたり、
For example, you might be raising animals.
まあ島を開拓してね、そこで
Agriculture?
産物で防衛
Farming?
していったり、
Shit. I don't know.
Maybe cultivating the land of this uninhabited, deserted island, and then taking the fruits of your labor and selling.
ミニオンを放し飼いにしたりと、そういった要素満載でスローライフをね楽しむためのコンテンツになっております。
Maybe
Animal Crossing. Someone said in the chat.
コメントで結構あってですね、開発チームこれね日本人限定のネタで申し訳ないんですけど、我々最初のコードネームダッシュ島って言ってました。
So the dev team has been calling this island the Dash Island from a Japanese TV show.
いや本当につまりそういうまあ楽しみ方できるといいよねみたい
It's
な。
kind of like that, where you take a deserted island and you make it into something that's your own.
まあこちらですね
Basically Animal Crossing.
X シリーズ全体を通じてアップデートをし開拓を進めていくみたいな、構想で今開発を進めてますので、このものとファイナルファンタジー14を楽しんでいる皆さんぜひねご期待いただければと思います。
So players will be able to enjoy the activities in the sanctuary over the entirety of the 6.x series as we updated. And so I hope you're looking forward to it and the slow life that it brings.
そして皆さん現在進行形でですねパッチ 5.4 で、非常にねとある地域の復興に努力を捧げてきてくださいました。
Next up is something that I believe you guys are all currently working on.
そうです。皆さん
Restoration of Ishgard.
大変強く尽力してくださいました。
So yes, crafters all over the world have poured their heart into the rebuilding of the firmament and Ishgard restoration.
I never participate because I'm not a crafter, so. But I might look into the houses, so I don't know. Oh shit, it's gonna be house wars again, housing wars. But then again, once people go there, they'll leave some of the old ones like Shirogane. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I should look, because I want a house, a medium house, that is in front of market board. So, like my small house right now is like in front of the market board along with the retainer, so it's easy. I love it. But I want a bigger house now. I want to go medium. So, we'll see, we'll see.
パッチ6.1のタイミングで購入できるようにというふうにしていきますので、ぜひですね、60相手ちょっとゲームプレイ落ち着いたらどうしようかなみたいなのを話し合ってもらえればと思います。
So at the launch of 6.0, players can go to the residential area and look around and see what might be a good place to get a plot of land, but the actual purchase of that will be available till 6.1 because again, there's a lot of stuff to do in 6.0 before having to worry about getting that plot of land.
で価格の数とかは他のハウジングエリアと全く同じ数で用意させていただきますし、もちろんアパートメントもございます。
And currently the plan is to have the exact same number of wards as all of the other housing residential districts in Eurasia, as well as having apartments as well.
でもちろんね、全体的にその継続してね、土地不足であるというお声たくさん頂戴しているので、そちらの努力も合わせて続けていこうと思います。
Because we understand this is very important for players and a lot of feedback has been given about this, we are continuing our efforts to make sure that there will be enough plots available.
まあ、今回ね、皆さんが復興していただいたのは想定外なので、全くそれと同じグラフィックかって言われるとさあ、どうなりますかっていう感じではありますけど、大体イメージはつかんでもらえるんじゃないかなと思います。
And whether or not it will be exactly like the firmament that we're currently rebuilding now, that's what we said, but it will give you a very good idea of what that residential area will look like.
はい。ちょっと駆け足ではあるんですけど、今回 6.0 でね、実装される、一部コンテンツのご紹介、細かいところはまだまだあるんですけど、また今後ファンフェスでよりね、詳しくお伝えできればと思ってます。
Right, so I think we've covered all the types of new content that we can talk about today, though we have lots more to reveal in future shows.
ちょっと大事なですね、この 6.0 からバトルシステムのメンテナンス大きくちょっとね、リフォームがあるのでお伝えしていきたいと思います。
But now we want to talk a little bit about two important updates and adjustments that we'll be making to the battle system.
当然これまでの拡張パッケージ同様、バトルシステムの細かい調整とかジョブアクションの調整、それから各ね、ジョブに新しいジョブアクションの実装というのは普通にあります。これは普通にあります。
So, as with previous expansions, there will be a fair deal of fine-tuning when it comes to the battle system, as well as job actions and the addition of new actions.
で、それ以外に重要なお知らせが2つあるので、その2つをお伝えさせていただきます。
And so today, the two announcements that I want to make are completely different from that.
まず1つ目、バトル計算式で使っている数字のデノミネーションというのを行わせていただきます。
So the first big announcement today is that we will be performing a downscaling of the values, the numbers that we use in the calculations.
これはですね、以前の、ライブストリームでもちょっとお伝えさせていただいてたんですが、このタイミングで、やることになるのでご承知おきくださいというふうにお話しさせていただいてました。
So we have discussed this. I have discussed this in previous producer letters, and today I want to get into a little bit more detail.
Are they trying to do like WoW? I heard something about that where they had to scale down with all the numbers or some shit.
So since the release of A Realm Reborn, every increase to a job level cap sees an increase to the base job damage.
まあ、大きなダメージが出せるっていうのは、まあ、気持ちいいのは確かに気持ちいい爽快感もあるんですけど、パッと見るともう数字が大きくて分かりにくいっていうのと、扱う数字が僕ら大きくなるとすごいさまざまな問題っていうのが生まれてきてます。
So, and I understand that it feels great to dish out a lot of damage to enemies, but after a certain point, it becomes very difficult to easily discern the numbers on the screen, as well as the numbers get bigger, the potential for other problems increase on the back end.
まず、このデノミネーションさせていただく理由の一つ目なんですけど、バトル計算式は今回変わらないです。メンテナンス調整はあるかもしれないですけど、基本変わらない。
Okay, so that's understandable.
So, here are our reasons for this downscaling. First thing I want to assure everyone is that we're not changing the formulas, we're changing the numbers that go into the formulas. That is what we're just downscaling.
まあちょっとこれはプログラム的なお話になっちゃうんですけど、扱っているその計算式に入ってくる数字の桁が大きくなるとですね、プログラム上のオーバーフローって言って数字が一周しちゃうみたいな現象っていうのが起こります。これ。
So this is a programming issue, but what happens a lot of times is when numbers get too big, it can cause overflow and revert things back to different numbers, and that can cause a lot of bugs.
でこれなんとか実は今まで出てきたバグでも何件かこれにも該当するものは出てるんですけど、なんとか 5.x 期間中は無理やりやってきました。
And we've had these problems in the past in the 510X series, and we've been able to patch them in emergency patches, but it's been just barely.
でまあこれ以上数値大きくなるとやっぱパケットのサイズ皆さんと通信のやり取りするパケットのサイズを増やしたりとか、そうなるとバグとか遅延っていうのが生まれちゃうので、数字を小さくさせてほしいっていうのがまず理由の一つ目になります。
But again, if data packets continue to increase in size because of these large numbers, it can stress communication loads to the server, and that will end up creating bugs and delays in the game, ruining the experience.
そしてですね、ヘイト計算式というのがもう限界に来ていてですね、扱う数字が大きすぎて、今タンクのヘイトって内部的にはもうキャップにずっと張り付いている状態を無理やりこう位置下げたり上げたりっていうのをやってたりするので、もうこれ一周すると数字ゼロになっちゃったりするので、今ちょっと強引な対応している状態で動いてるんですけど、これらも整理させていただきたいと思ってます。
Next we come to like tank enmity, and for example, this has already been pushed to its limits to almost its max, and we're doing our best to put a band-aid on this by temporarily lowering that enmity, but it's creating a lot of problems, and we can see it to the point where it might get so high that it reverts back to zero and creates even more problems.
それからですね、フライテキストの表示限界、数字がたくさん並ぶじゃないですか。
Line text become lengthy.
当然、表現領域をすごい食うので、これもちょっと表示限界に来てます。
The next problem is that we have the size of the flying text numbers. When you deal damage and the number appears on the screen, these numbers are so large that it takes up a lot of space on the screen, as well as it's starting to affect the graphics rendering.
そしてですね、敵の最大ヒットポイントがもうめちゃくちゃな数字になっていて、これはもうオーバーフローの原因になってしまう状態になってます。
Now with player damage being so high, the boss HP has seen an absurd increase, and this is causing problems as well.
ちなみになんですが、パッチ 5.5、次に予定しているパッチ 5.5 に登場
It's gotta be more than a billion or something.
So, to prove our point, I'm going to show you the amount of HP that a certain boss coming in 5.5 has.
こちらです。
440 million. Okay.
4億4000万かな。
440 million.
That's probably gotta be Gaia or something. Oracle. No? I mean, she's endgame. Or it could be Ultimate.
Well, I'm sure that
Alexander, no?
We'll be able to get this much HP down.
まあ、分かった。で、まとめて。で、どうなるのっていうのをちょっとじゃあ、結局どうなるのっていうのをご説明していきます。これから。
So let's talk a little bit about then we know the problems now. What are we actually going to do to alleviate them?
まず、レベル51からレベル80までの
The difference in values used from 51 to 80 will be reduced.
So the first thing we're planning on doing is truncating the character growth from levels 50 to 80.
例えばですけど、レベルが1つ上がると、適当な数字で言いますけど、5% これまで上昇してた。で、その 5% の積み重ねでどんどんプレイヤー数字でかくなっていくんですけど、それをレベル51から80までの間をちょっと圧縮させていただいて、極端な話を言うと 1% ずつしか強くなりませんみたいな形の調整をさせていただきます。
Okay, for example, again, the numbers that I'm going to be giving here are not the exact numbers, but this is just for an example. For example, you have the amount of progress that you make, the amount of that your attributes will go up after gaining one level. Let's say that it will be plus 5%. For levels 50 to 80, taking that from 5% up after each level to, say, 1% up after each level.
特にヒットポイントとか火力の上昇の差っていうのがこれまでに比べて当然少なくやっぱり感じられてしまうかなと。
And so this will again look like it's affecting player HP as well as the amount of damage that the player deals.
なのでちょっとアクション一撃のダメージっていうのがこれまでに比べるとやっぱり数字がちょっと小さくなることになります。
And so what this will appear to look like is that when you deal damage, it will look like your damage has gone down.
でその一方でなんですけど、レベル81から今回ね、6.0 でレベル90までキャップが上がるので、レベル81から90までっていうのはこれまでのと同じ体感の成長度合いじゃないとつまんなくなっちゃうので、特に先端にいる皆さんはここの割合、成長を感じていける割合っていうのは、今までと同じ感覚になるようにするので、改めてレベル51から80までをギュッと圧縮して81から90までの成長を感じていく部分っていうところは、今までと同じようなね、成長をね、ギア取り替えたら強くなったっていうのがちゃんと手応えとして出るような形にしていこうと思ってます。
That said, again, if we don't preserve the sense of growth that one might expect from a new expansion, from that raising of the level cap, that could also be problematic. And so what we want to do is we want to maintain that sense of progression between the levels 81 to 90. So while we'll be truncating that progress from levels 50 to 80 and compressing that down from level 81 to 90, we will leave it in a position where it will feel the same as it does for every expansion for those final 10 levels, those new 10 levels.
同時にですね、やっぱ経験値の値も今ものすごい数字を扱っているので、経験値のネクストまでの経験値とか、そういった経験値も全体的にギュッて圧縮します。
Yeah, I kind of see this coming. I mean, when I heard that from WoW, so I'm like, huh, you know, like, what if we're like level 120, 150? Like, what the fuck is the damage? Because I'm using a samurai, and you know, when I do that big nuke that I have, if it crits, it goes. I go from, I don't know, 160 to 80k. I never seen 200k, but that's in the process. I don't have my weapon yet on, you know, end game. We just beat it the other day, so. But yeah, you know, like, I think every MMO, you know, you could expect this at least, because you don't want to be level 200 and then doing 1 million per normal attack, or I mean 100k attack or something. So, but you know, this is good. I mean, if it's making them problem, you know, of course, you know, gotta fix this. It's understandable in my point of view. You know, I'm not raging about it like other people who complains a lot. So.
We'll be doing the same thing for monsters as well, and so relatively everything will remain the same.
結局どうなるかっていうと、プレイヤーが弱くなるわけではないですよと。扱う数字は小さくなりますけど、体感の感覚、やり取りしているものに関しては変わりませんと。
So what we want everyone to remember is that this is the character not getting weaker. The numbers are going down, but relatively everything is staying the same.
ただ一つだけ制限解除という遊びがございまして、レベル例えば80の状態で、過去のコンテンツで、強いままいくみたいなやつに関しては今よりもクリアが難しくなってしまうと思います。
There is one thing, however, that will be slightly affected by this change, and that is playing as undersized parties. For example, as level 80, going back and playing some of the old content as an undersized party, this may become more difficult.
ここはなんとかその、ね、遊びとしてその確立してる部分もあるからなんとかしたいとは思ってるんですけど今のところこれでなんとかなるだろうみたいなのがちょっとまだ見つかってないので、まあ、なんとかできる方法があればとは思うんですけど、ちょっとその部分に関してちょっと今のところプレイヤーがどうしても弱くなってしまう部分かなと思います。だから普通に制限解除とか関係なく遊んでる分に関しては数字のやり取りが小さくなるだけで別にプレイヤーが弱くなるわけではありませんよっていうのを、ご理解いただければと思います。
Regarding these undersized parties, we understand this is a large portion of what a lot of players enjoy doing, and so we understand that this is still something that we need to address. As to how we're going to address this, we're still in the process of finding that, and so that's something for the future. Otherwise, we want to, again, reiterate the fact that while the numbers here are going down, the player is not getting weaker. It's all relative.
さて、大体まずこのデノミネーションのところは大丈夫。
So for downscaling values, I think that's about it.
大体今のレベル80のですね、僕の車同士のファイジャー、530のファイジャーで、大体5万キルぐらいダイレクトのクリティカルの速い感じなんですけど、ダメージ。
So to give you an example, currently my own player, I'm a black mage at level 80. I have level 530. If I use Fire 4 with no crit and no direct hit, I deal about 50,000 points of damage.
大体それがですね、1万ぐらいかな。
We expect this to go down to about 10,000.
でまあそこからレベルが上がっていくと、またいつもの拡張のレベル1個ずつ上がっていった強くなった感覚っていうのは、やるので、また大体5分の1ぐらいだと思ってもらえればと思います。
And of course, this will go up as the level goes up, but think of it as about reduced about 80%, down to about a fifth of what it normally was.
でこれはやっぱり長期運営をやっていく上ではちょっとどうしても避けられないポイントなので、今日冒頭ねお話したようにこれからもっともっとファイナルファンタジー14続けていきます。だから今回やったとしてもまた10年くらい経つともう1回デノミネーションさせてくださいというタイミングが来てはしまうと思います。でも長く続けていくっていう意思の表れだと思って、ご理解いただけると大変助かります。
As we mentioned at the top of the announcement showcase, is that we expect Final Fantasy XIV to continue for many, many, many years in the future. And to ensure that we can do that, this is one of the things that we feel that we need to do. And that said, possibly another 10 years down the road, we might have to do this again. But again, this is basically, we're doing this to show you that we're committed to having the lifespan of Final Fantasy XIV keep going for many, many, many years.
Understandable.
システムのお話をします。
Removing belt. I know. What are those fucking belts, man? You don't even see them, but I mean they're gear.
Many of you remember back from 1.0, we had this item. It was there, and even though it was removed graphically, it remained.
ついにですね、削除になってしまいました。
But the time for belts, the belt era is over.
The belt era.
に影響がないっていうのと、アクセサリーとしてね、数値影響っていうのがまあ低いことから、とにかくこの帯防具って人気が低い。で、あまりチェストワークはでも他と一緒だし、アライアンスレードでも邪魔だからドロップしないようにしてくれとか言われたんですよね。もうじゃあ今回消そうということになりました。
So again, as you know, belts have no bearing on players' outward appearances. Their stat values as accessories is pretty negligible, and they're not. And because of that, they're not a very popular piece of equipment. Yet they take up the same amount of space in our armory chest as other equipment. We've even had lots of fans ask us to just stop dropping them in alliance raids because we don't need them.
リングはっていう声もね結構
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people also complaining, talking about the rings, but
指輪もすごい検討したんですけど、やっぱり 左右別々のグラフィックスの指輪をつけれるっていうことでおしゃれに使ってる人っていうのもいるので今回は、やりませんでした。
And regarding rings, while we did consider this, we also understand that a lot of players, because you can put them on both hands and you can actually graphically see them on players on both hands, we decided that we were going to not do that this time.
で結局どうなるかっていう説明をしていきます。
So we need to explain what's going to happen with this removal of belts.
まず 6.0 以降、帯防具は装備不可となります。
So at the beginning, at the launch of 6.0, belts will no longer be equipable.
そして装備中のまま 6.0 を迎えた場合には自動的に外れて遺失物管理人という NPC が預かることになります。
So what happens to any belts that are equipped at the time of that switch over to 6.0? These will automatically be unequipped and moved to a calamity salvage room.
リテーナーが装備したままとかいうのも全て遺失物管理人に我々移させていただきますので何かこう無理に急いで準備しなきゃいけないということはないようにさせていただきます。
This includes retainers as well, so there is no need to rush and unequip any belts before that transition to 6.0. Everything will be moved to the calamity salvage room automatically.
バテリアをね外しておきたいという方は外しておいていただきたいです。
However, materia, if you want to remove materia from it, you should do that before 6.0.
で、
I mean, once 6.0 come out, like they're gonna be like under geared, so I don't care about them.
So belts will no longer drop from any duties, and they'll be removed from elegant tombstone.
星防具なくなるのはもう分かったよ。じゃあその星防具の35枠どうすんだよ。
Okay, so now that we know that the belts are being eliminated, what happens to those 35 slots?
15枠
Yes!
手武器
I need more slots on my weapon. Ring, oh yeah, I mean, I guess ring, sure. I want inventory space more.
The plan is currently to take 15 of those 35 empty slots and allocate them to main arms, main weapons. Another 15 will be allocated to rings.
で、おいおい、5枠残ってんじゃねえかよっていうところは、すいません、これからもなんとか枠を拡張していく努力のためにもですね、5枠ちょっと一回リザーブとして僕らに預けてください。
And so there's a lot of people saying, well, wait a minute, 15 plus 15, that's 30. What about the other 5 slots? What's going to happen to those? We're going to take those and we're going to save them for a rainy day in case something happens. We're going to keep those in reserve for now.
すいません、よろしくお願いします。
All right, thank you.
FanFest announcement.
近づいてきたらね、また詳しくトピックスでお知らせしていこうと思いますので、ぜひチェックしておくようにしてください。
We will have a more detailed explanation of the removal of belts in an upcoming topics.
ではですね、そろそろ、今日お伝えできる情報というのも、少なくなってきたんですが、ここで、長期的に作ってきた新しいシステムを最後に、お伝えして終わっていこうかなと思っています。
Right, so we're nearing the end of our announcement showcase, but we have one more system-related thing that we'd like to talk about that we've been working on for a long time.
こちら。
Oh shit. What is it now?
So currently we're in the development of a new system called the Data Center Travel.
これはですね、今、ファイナルファンタジー14に存在している、ワールドを超えて、別のワールドへ遊びに行く。
Okay, you can see your friends on different data center? Okay, I like that.
All of you know about the current system that we have that allows players to move around between worlds called the World Travel System.
それをですね、ちょっと全くそれと同じ機能というのはちょっとサーバーの作り的に不可能なので、一旦ログアウトは必要なんですけど、キャラクター選択画面から他のデータセンターへ遊びに行くっていう新しい仕組みを今回、開発中です。
So while this won't work exactly the same way as the world visit system, we hoped that it can be similar, although it will require, again, changing the system outside of the game and then logging back in.
その代わり他のデータセンターへ遊びに行った場合に、フリーカンパニーとかリンクシェルのチャットができないというちょっと、ワールドカンテレポよりは制限が強いですけど、友達に会いに行ってパーティーを組んでコンテンツ行くみたいなことっていうのはできるので、また改めて詳細にできることできないことっていうのの一覧がまとまったら皆さんにお伝えしていこうと思います。何はともあれデータセンターを超えて友達のところへ遊びに行けるシステムだと思ってください。
And so there will be a lot of restrictions with this, possibly even more than there are currently with the World Visit System. However, this will allow players to move freely to other data centers temporarily and party up with their friends, take screenshots, have a lot of fun.
Okay, so it's probably going to be limited. You know, you can't do duty. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's because it kind of destroys people who, you know, pay to do a transfer to a data center. You know, so now they got the world. We got the world travel. You know, you don't have to pay and go to a different world just to see your friends and play with them. But if it's a data center, then what's the point of, you know, paying extra for that? So they're gonna have to, if they're gonna implement that, they're gonna have to limit something at least.
Don't feel that will affect adversely the economies.
さて、まあ大体これですね、ようやく終わりが見えたかな。
All right, so I think that is pretty much all that we have today. Pretty much.
ちょっと待ってな。
Hold on, hold on.
よ。
Oh, okay.
言ってる人の声する。
I think I've heard that voice before.
もう一つ。
Who's that? The president?
お知らせしないことがあるんじゃないの？
Oh shit.
Getting something important to tell us?
重要なお知らせですよ、重要なお知らせ。
Something really important.
社長。
It's the CEO.
社
そ
長。
れを表示して。
Do I on the
よろしくお
screen?
願いします。
え？何？
Ah, okay.
Okay.
PS5 版のオープンベータ。
オープンベータ。はい。
4月13日から開始します。
そう。
So the Final Fantasy XIV PlayStation 5 version open beta will begin on Tuesday, April 13th.
いや、ねえじゃないですよ。
Yeah. What's going on?
It's so funny when it says Sacho.
PS5 版のオープンベータが開始します。
The PlayStation 5 version open beta will begin soon.
これ次のパッチと同じ日なんでしょ？
And this is the same day as the next patch, right?
嘘でしょ。
No, you can't say that.
言ってなかったね。
言ってないですよ。パッチ5.5の日付は。
Well, we haven't mentioned the release date for 5.5 yet. That was.
ああ、そう。まあだけど、まあいいよね。
Well, it's okay, right?
This is just a comedy now. Like he's being bullied by his boss.
まあちょっと準備をしてやってきた PS5
I mean, we've been working on it, yes, but.
それともう一つね。じゃあせっかくだからね、PS5 版の動画を持ってきたので、ぜひ皆さん見てもらいましょうよ。
I actually brought some footage from this PlayStation 5 version.
はい、じゃあ流してください。お願いします。
Play the video.
Oh shit. Okay. 4K?
You even made
こ
a
れ、す
PowerPoint.
ごいんでしょこれ。
I heard it's quite amazing.
いやすごいですけど。
It is amazing, but
じゃあ パート出ちゃってるんで、僕からちょっとざっくり説明させていただこうと思い
Okay,
ます。
since we have here to have
よろしくお願いしま
PowerPoints,
す。
let's go and talk about it.
まずですね、今回 PS5 は 4K ネイティブ対応させていただいております。
So first off, the PlayStation 5 version will be featuring full 4K resolution support.
そしてね、今ちょっと動画の方でもご覧いただきましたが、あれPS5 版そのものからキャプチャーしている映像になりますが、超高速ロード PS5 売りですね。さっきのあれ実測タイムなので、スピードでエリアチェンジできるようになります。
So the video that you just saw, that was actual PlayStation 5 footage. And so you saw there the teleport and the quick loading time on the teleport. That is, again, one of the PlayStation 5's main selling points. That is the actual speed at which players will be able to teleport.
そしてですね、フレームレート、当然ですね、PS5 の、性能非常にパワフルなので、それを生かしてですね、フレームレートを大幅向上させていただいてます。
As you know, the PlayStation 5 is an extremely powerful system, and that will help us significantly improve the frame rate for the PlayStation 5 version.
ですので、今回、用途に分けてまたオプション設定増やしていこうと思うんですが、PS5 の場合は、もう 4K でとにかくグラフィックス至上主義で遊びたいよっていうモードと、
So currently we're planning to have two different modes for the PlayStation 5 version. One mode being the 4K version, where those players that want to play Final Fantasy 14 at its most beautiful.
2K とか解像度を下げてもいいから、とにかくフレームレート爆速でド安定で遊びたいんだっていう人の、モードと、これリアルタイムにスイッチできるんで、切り替えてお好みで遊んでいただければと思います。
And then a second mode that we have planned is our full HD 2K mode that focuses more on frame rate and optimizing that frame rate. And players will be able to go into config and change that in real time in the PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah. Frame for sure.
時にも覚えてらっしゃる方いらっしゃると思うんですが、パッチを当てるためにですね、PS5 バージョンに PS5 ならではの特性を入れたアップデートというのも行っていく予定です。
And as we did when we first released our PlayStation 4 version, we plan on continuing to make improvements to the PlayStation 5 version over a series of patches.
はい、そんな感じです。
So yeah, that's about it.
で、お値段は
And what's the price going to be?
これどうなの？
じゃあちょっと、ちょっとじゃあ僕から社長に1個お願いがあるんですけどいいですか？
Okay, so I have something to ask of you since you're here today.
僕としてはちょっとこうしたいっていうのがあるのでちょっと見ていただきたいです。
Okay, so this is what I want to do, and I want you to take a look at this and see if it's okay.
ファイナルファンタジー14の PS4 版のプレイ権をお持ちの方は、オープンベータがあって正式に始まったらもう月額課金払ってくれてるならもうそのまま PS5 で遊べちゃっていいんじゃないですかっていうふうにしたいんですけど、僕的には。
So basically what I want to do is that anyone that has a registered license for the PlayStation 4 version, I want them to play the beta version, and once the beta version ends and we begin our official service, as long as you're paying that monthly fee, to be able to upgrade immediately to the PlayStation 5 version.
だから簡単に言うと今 PS4 で遊んでる皆さんはそのまま PS5 でも遊べちゃい、簡単に言うとそういうふうにしたいんですけどどうですか？
And I want players to be able to, those playing the PS4 version, to be able to basically, move over to that PlayStation 5 version without having to do anything.
ああ、それはね、いいアイデアだね。
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
ね、皆さんからですから、ぜひこれでいきましょう。
So it's 4 players, let's go with this.
ね、
社長太っ腹。Thank you.
これもぜひ、皆さんのためにぜひ、PS5 版、試してプレイしてみてください。よろしくお願いします。
Yes, so we are doing this for players. Please look forward to the PlayStation 5 version.
社長を持ち上げる声がすごいですね。いや、これというわけで今、 私決済取れましたんで PS4 版のお持ちの方は追加のもう費用なく PS5 版にもうアップグレードしていただけるというふうに確約取れましたのでもうそれでいこうと思います。
So you heard it here. We got permission from the CEO himself. Those who have the PS4 version and that registered license will be able to upgrade to the PS5 version without any charge.
なので今 PS4 版の権利をお持ちの方はもう PS5 版のファイナルファンタジー14のパッケージも買っていただかなくて大丈夫です。
So those of you with that registered license and the PS4 version will not need to purchase the PlayStation 5 package.
ですのでもうなんとか本体だけ手に入れてください。
You won't need to buy the PlayStation 5 package, but you'll still need to try to find a PlayStation 5.
はい。まあPS5 にね合わせたグラフィックスのさらなる機能の追加とかっていうのは、順次アップデートしていきますのでそちらも楽しみにお待ちいただければと思います。
And as we mentioned before, we plan to continue updates to the PlayStation 5 version, improving graphics, improving performance with future patches.
ではですね、そんな太っ腹な、社長からですね、世界中の光の戦士の皆さんに一言ぜひ、ね、
They really gave him a role.
So let's get a few words from our CEO before this.
But then again, you know, I mean, if the president likes Yoshi P, you know, like he makes a lot of money for him, or I mean the company, so he must like him. So you know, he was at the FanFest last 2 years, so I remember him.
ここまでいろいろなたくさんの情報がありましたが、今の PS5 のオープンベータ、それからこれからもまた情報があるようですので、ぜひ最後まで、楽しんでご覧ください。
Well, as you saw today, including this PlayStation 5 version, a lot of new information was revealed today. Please enjoy to the very end of this presentation.
そして、ファイナルファンタジー14、皆様のおかげで10年ここまでやっておりました。本当にありがとうございます。
And Final Fantasy 14 has managed to continue for 10 long years thanks to you, all the players around the world.
そして、吉田が先ほど言いましたように、彼はこれからもファイナルファンタジー14を率いていきます。そして開発チーム一同ゲームをもっともっと盛り上げていきますので、ぜひこれからもファイナルファンタジー14を
The way Yoshi P looks, though.
ありがとうございました。
And as Yoshida himself mentioned, he will keep working on this title, he will keep leading this title, and the development team will keep working hard to make more progress in this game. So please look forward.
Even when he's dead, he's still. That earlier though.
Thank you. Yosuke Matsuda, our president and CEO of Square Enix.
やれやれ発表されてねしまいましたけど、プレイステーション5版もぜひ楽しみにしてください。
Yeah, we weren't expecting to announce that today, but we'll be releasing the PlayStation 5 version very soon, so please look forward to it.
まあオープンベータとかね、詳しい詳細またトピックスでお知らせしていきます。基本的には本体を持ってればすぐに遊べるイメージしてもらえれば大丈夫かと思います。
More information about the open beta will be revealed in upcoming topics. But long story short, if you have that PlayStation 4 version and PlayStation 5, you'll be able to play it almost immediately once the beta begins.
すみません、ちょっと時間をオーバーし気味ですが、本日の新情報発表会はここまでとさせてください。ただ、まだまだ隠しネタが存在する行月のフィナーレのどうかですが、次の情報公開、ファンフェスで行っていこうと思います。
All right, and so we're already over our time limit here, and while we still have a lot of information to talk about, we're going to leave that for future events and the Fan Festival. And so we have one more thing to show you.
こちら2021年5月15日、16日、2日間で行われる
FanFest, May 15 and 16. Is this going to be do you have to pay for this? But most likely. They're probably going to add some of those digital, because I see WoW, or Blizzard is doing it right now.
Around the world, which will be held on May 15th and 16th this year.
いつものファンフェス通り2日間バル14尽くしのファンフェスをやっていこうと思います。もちろん、音楽のステージも2日間しっかり用意してやっていこうと思ってます。
And just like all of our live Final Fantasy fan festivals, we plan to have 2 days full of content, including live concerts.
でもちろんデジタルなので全世界に配信もしますし、可能であればね、リアルで集まってもらえる方には来てもらうっていうのも考えたいですし、僕らもそこだけじゃなくてちょっとね、ゲームの中でもみたいな感じで丸2日間モニターとかゲームを通して14を楽しめるファンフェスをやっていこうと思ってます。
And while we're planning to have this fan festival again online, so all players all around the world can attend. Possibly even players that are here in Japan might be able to attend in person. We'll see if that is allowed. But we want to have full 2 days filled with a Final Fantasy experience, packed with content, and have it feel like an in-game type of event.
そしてですね、ライブストリームで世界中にと言いました。ですので、もうすべて音楽コンテンツも含めて今回はすべて無料で視聴していただけるようにします。
And so, because it is going to be online, we want to tell everyone that this stream in its entirety, including the concert, will be free.
Oh, okay. I thought I was ready to pay and shit. Like, you know, they have to make money somehow, but okay, shit.
So a lot of people out there are thinking there'll be, for example, a Primal's concert. If there is, it will be streamed live for free.
ただちょっと注意点、音楽にはいろんなゲストの方とかいらっしゃるので、アーカイブからは映像がね残らないようにするかもしれないので、ぜひですねリアルタイムに視聴していただけると大変助かります。
Just one thing though about the live performances, because it does involve people that are not affiliated with Square Enix. There is a chance that after the stream, while the stream is free, after the stream, it might not be archived. So make sure that you catch the stream in real time.
Well, be sure to record it, people. People who clip it.
Giving too much. People are even saying that, oh, we're willing to pay.
そういった方はですね、ぜひこのファンフェス記念アイテムを購入していただけ
I know, right? I'm ready to pay
those of
too.
you who are willing to pay, we have something for you to pay for if you like.
Lunar whale, of course. Everyone wants mount in this game just to show off. Whale, fucking whalers, gotcha whalers. Fuck.
So as you remember with our last fan festival, we had Cloud's bike Fenrir. For this digital fan festival, we're planning to have this mount, the Lunar Whale. We're actually used Yoshitaka Amano's original artwork as a base for this design. Actually, this has already been completed, and so we have a video to show you. Take a look.
Oh, really? Okay. This is showcase for this? What? That is huge. Holy fuck, that's a lot. 7 seats. Jesus Christ. 7? Where the fuck are they? You can't see them. Can you? Okay, so it's like a ship, I guess? So this is a total of 8 people then. Okay. I mean, I guess you can't see them because it feels like a ship. Okay.
So, as you saw in the video, this is Final Fantasy XIV's first ever 8-person mount.
8-person mount? That's so many. Holy fuck.
We also have one more type of item available.
Okay. Is Final Fantasy 4?
いろいろ期待できるかなと思うんですが、その4からミニオンとしてエッジ、ローザ、ユリアのミニオンがファンフェス記念として発売となります。
And because a big part of the Endwalker story focuses on the moon, we decided to go the route of Final Fantasy IV, which also took place somewhat on the moon, and take characters from there and create minions from them. We have Edge, Rosa, and Riku.
I never played the 4, but is the team this expansion gonna be like FF4? Okay, because this Shadowbringers had a mix. It was FF3, right? I think because that song, the fucking wind thing. I forgot the name. And then the end game, the raid was like FF18. So.
And with that, we are way over our time limit, but I think we're finally finished with today's showcase.
Yeah, it's
okay. Thank you very much.
それではですね、ハイデリン・ゾディアーク編のその衝撃のラスト、ぜひそれをですね、震えてお待ちいただけたらと思います。
With Endwalker, we're finally approaching the climax of the story of Hydaelyn and Zodiark, so please look forward to it.
Well, that's a nice artwork.
And so this is actually the last thing that we have. Here's some artwork that we had especially created for us by the master, Yoshitaka Hama.
どちらが善でもどちらが悪でもないと天地逆にもできるようなデザインでぜひお願いしますというので結構無茶な僕ね注文天野先生にお願いしたんですけど
So when we went to Amano Sensei to ask him to create this for us, we told him that we wanted something that was whether you looked at it from the top or the bottom, it would be you would have a different sort of image that there is no good, there is no bad, there is no dark, there is no light. And I think he did a really good job.
まあぜひですね、このアートにも仕掛けいろいろあります。ストーリークリアした時に見るとまた
I don't know, looks like Shiba.
ぜひこれらも含めて全力でこれから進めていこうと思いますので、どうぞ楽しみにお待ちください。
In this illustration, there's a lot of stuff hidden about the story. You can take a look at it now and speculate. We also would like you to maybe take another look at it after you've completed the story, and it'll take on a different light and show you things that maybe you haven't seen before. So we really enjoy the art and hope you do so.
改めまして全世界の光の戦士の皆さん、本当に長い時間最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。
Right, to all of our warriors of light watching us from around the world, thank you for staying with us for so long.
ただこの後日本時間午後3時から今度はプロデュースされたライブがございますので、そちらでまた後ほどお会いしましょう。
But we're not done yet because in just a couple hours at 3 o'clock Japan Standard Time, we have the letter from the producer live where we talk all about 5.5.
はい、ありがとうございました。
Thank you. Oh man. That was a long stream. Oh Jesus. I was about to fall asleep. But the first part was good because it was the announcement, it was the the expansion, so it was cool. Just not used to watching long stream. Mostly streaming to me is like watching streams are like just like TV. I watch it whenever I want. I look, I'm doing whatever. Look, yeah, like that. Yeah, I just want to watch like the exciting parts. But yeah, it looks cool. I didn't miss anything of it, so can't wait for the upcoming expansion, another class, the other class, trials. But yeah, that's just pretty much my thoughts and reaction for this thing. So this is my person doing it, so I just thought of recording it. But I'll probably have a separate video or cut out for that video for the reaction of the Endwalker. So yeah, I've been holding my pee. I gotta pee so bad, but thank you. All right.